Yo, hey. Well, we're gonna try and not break some more shit because it's been an amazing day. Lights not working, other laptops not working. Everything is kind of a shit show right now. I'll just be dead honest with you. It's definitely a shit show right now. Welcome Tuesday with Todd. Original plan was we were gonna do some white toner stuff, but guess what? First, how's the mic sound? I'm sure it sounds like shit too. That's the way that everything's going. We'll see how that plays. I tried doing the Apple. I tried doing the MacBook Pro, but apparently some of this stuff doesn't work with that. So that was fun to find out, 3 minutes before showtime. So, yeah, we were going to do white toner stuff, but you guys crushed it with DTF transfers last night. Like, legit crushed it. So between that and the normal orders that came in, we were pushing through because I'm not saying I forgot, but there's a possibility that I didn't realize tomorrow was the day that it was. We actually have to head out of town tomorrow for a doctor's appointment. So that throws the production schedule, a wrench in the production schedule. So trying to make things work today need to be all about production. So yes, we are good and we are rocking and rolling on it. In fact, it's so much of an amazing time. Guess what we're gonna have? We're gonna have a beer because I feel like it. We're gonna have a little chit chat. We're gonna not swear as much. We are gonna do. We're just it is. So let me get here. Let me know, how are things for you? How's your day? It is dark here, 5 o'clock dark. I think that's what happens once that time change happens. My whole mood just goes to poop. I do not like it being dark so early, and I'm not a big fan of that. So we'll talk about why we didn't do what we did today. We'll reschedule it. I was just going to cancel altogether. I'm like, I can't do that. So we'll talk about that. DTF transfers, Black Friday's coming up, the specials that we're running for that. Otherwise, it's pretty much open Q&A time. I figured I could do a good half hour, maybe an hour or so. Corey's working on stuff right now, getting orders out. I can hear the printer going for that. I can hear the other printer that she's going to go over to. She's finishing up Clifford and taking care of those ones over there, and we're just going to keep pumping it away. So let's see how it's doing. Darren, hello, my friend. How are you doing today, Darren? Look at that. We'll do a nice little beer for it. But I realized that when I have both of these going, that I can't necessarily click on the buttons at the same time. So let's pour a nice pour in there. There we go. There's a good pour in it. And yes, I'm drinking out of a Bud Light glass because why not, right? That's what we should do. Renee, good evening to you, Renee. Jose, hello to you. Tanya, hello. I hear you back home. Is that correct? Good to see that you're good there. Kim, hello to you. Darren, Mike's good. Thank you. Sound is perfect. Thank you, Facebook user. Facebook and Streamer don't always play nicely together. So to stop that, you just head over to our YouTube channel, fatdadlive.com. Head over there, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. When we go live, you'll be notified and you'll know who it is. Let's see where we are. Mike is good right here. And my hair, Alex, you're here. You're right there. What are we doing with Blanca today? Blanca's not doing anything today. It's got stuff on top of it that we were going to do. And I had a schedule planned out. But like I said, last night, I mean, I'm comfortable telling you guys, we did just about 2K. No, take that back. I take that back. It wasn't 2K. It was, I can kind of give a rough estimate. I want to say it was about $1,500. We did about a $1,500 transfer sales in about 45 minutes. I'm going to double check that number, but there was a lot of stuff, and it wasn't all bundles. So that was the cool thing, was that a lot of people went in and, hey, they picked out the ones who wanted. That was the whole point of it. That's what made it awesome, was that, hey, if I want this one, I want that one. Let's see. I just want to go back one day. It was a 1688 is what it was that we did in transfers in 45 minutes. So just to add under $1,700. But thing is going and pulling each one of the things. Like, I'm still going through and setting up artwork. There's ones that, have 3 of this design, 2 of this design, and all from different bundles. So kudos to you guys for doing that, because Now you can make your own bundle, right? You're able to do that. So good job taking it. I don't want to say taking advantage of, but good job getting in there and taking care of business on that. We're still doing that because here's how those are going to work. Regularly scheduled transfers, where people that are ordering rush jobs, people that are doing that. We're printing those first for the day, and then we're going into everything that came out from the bundle. So as stuff came in, now stuff that has rush fees, everything else, all of the bundles, everything will be out by Thursday. I thought tomorrow we'd be able to have everything else out, but taking Hudson down to his kidney appointment kind of trumps everything. So going to see the specialist tomorrow. So that's where that's an hour and a half ish drive. We got to be there at 10, so there goes the morning. We won't be back to early afternoon, so there's not going to be much printing going on tomorrow. But that's why I'm like, okay, we got to get it done and take care of that. Oh, Mike fading in and out. Awesome. That's awesome. And I'm not doing anything different. Yes, it is the white toner printer. Apple juice. Yeah, 100%. This is Wisconsin apple juice. 100%. Terry, good evening. Hope I did. So, birthday. We'll talk about birthday and how that worked. Good evening. What's up, Chuck? Good evening to you. So, how was birthday? Birthday was overall good. We had it was not a crazy day, but the place I wanted to go to for lunch wasn't open, so we couldn't do that. So we had to go to the Bees. I guess I had to do it. And then for dinner, we went to one of my least favorite spots for dinner because I never feel like I'm a fat ass, right? I'm perfectly fine saying that. I don't feel that I get fed enough for what I have to pay for an entree from Panda Express. But it was a fundraiser for the kids, so we went ahead and did that. I got 0 cake. I got 0 sweets. I didn't get anything. So really, it was just another day. That's all it was, another day. But I did get the kids. Corey got me a meat grinder. So hey. Next up is the sausage stuffer. So we will be doing that. That's what I think I'm going to do for Christmas gifts. We're going to do some moonshine because if you didn't know, I got the moonshine still. We're going to do up some moonshine and we're going to do up some snack sticks, and that's what I'm going to give all the guys for Christmas. So I guess I need to get on some stuff pretty quick to make that happen. Drinking wine. I don't see a problem with that. It's after 5. It's after 5. Have a beer. Go with it. It is not, Renee. This one, we just had friends that came back, and that's what happens. When people, how it works. Go to Wisconsin, you have to come back with a case. I think I've got 2 or 3 left. I thought I was going to have to run up to Dubuque, and then I sneak over and grab some more, but so far, so good. Hello to you, Mary. Hopefully you're having a great day. Love the hat. Look at that. You like the new hat. Now, who is that? Facebook user, who are you? Are you Tanika? Are you George? Who is it? I love this new hat. So this is the new company, Level Up QC. Now that I got that, I'm not sure if the style of the hat. These are the Port Authority. What was the number on these? The Flex Fits, but I think is there a number on them? Where's the number on it? It is the C946 is what it is. And but the reason I wanted to try it is because it's got that single front panel. So it does sit up a little higher, but I love the texture and the feel of it and that logo on it. Man, that looks great. I do think love that. 4 Yellow Rose. Who are you? Okay, I'm in this chat now. Awesome. So now who are you for this? Facebook user, hello. Sounds breaking up. Okay, let's try and reset the mic and see what happens. So let's go ahead and do a mic reset and go from there. Mic reset. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. Testes. 1, 2, 3. We'll see how that works. A few different ones. We actually are going to look and see because for our current one, we actually go through our credit union, and that is Progressive, I believe, is who it is. Progressive, I think that's who it is. I have to look and see. We pay one time a year, and that's what it is. So we'll have to look and see. But I'm not 100% sure. I think it is Progressive. Holy cow, much better. Yeah, and really, all I did was I turned the mic off and turned it back on. So something happens when it processes through there and it gets all crazy. Look at that. Marvin's here. You don't know, Marvin is up for quite a few awards for Reggie's Awards. So we're going to talk about that. Those were announced out on, what day was it? Friday Friday the announcements came out, and we were nominated in 5 categories, I think. So I think it was 5 categories we were nominated in. And then we could only be nominated in 2. So they took the ones that we were the highest, got the most votes in, or for most nominations, and they put us in those categories. But Marvin, you, sir, are in some there. Yes, you can vote now. I just put the link in the comments. There's not the dot at, excuse me, there's not the dot at the end. So if you just right click, paste that, you can go vote now. There it is. You can go over to vote. That's over the 2regularguys.com/2002_Reggies. In fact, we'll probably go over there and check that out and see where that is. We'll see where that is. You can see it. It's in a different tab, so I don't think it's going to show anything that I have done over there for voting, but we should be able to see everything that is available. Yes, we can. So let's go ahead and we will share that screen, and that way we can talk Reggies. Yeah. We're going to share the screen. I'm going to have a drink of beer. We're going to see if that'll work, and it's going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. Yeah, that's right. Everything is going to be fine. Allegedly. So we'll get this banner out of the way, and you get over here. So Reggie's Awards, best new product. You have the thread converter. The reason I really love the Reggies, of course you're getting, recognized by your peers, which is always awesome. But I find so many new people and make new contacts and find new processes, software, product through this because of things that I haven't heard of, like this. The threadconverter.com. I'm assuming that's something with embroidery. I don't know anything about embroidery, so maybe I should need to know more about that. But I will go check it out. Sublimation paints. Don't know much about that. I know the pens, but nothing about the paints. So I got to go check that out. The Curl Font Collector. Yep, I know about that because I have it. And I really love the way that works. Makes our font storage, our font selection way, way easier. So I would use that. The Color Max transfers from stalls, DTF transfers. No, that's me. DTF, I haven't used them. Why should I? I print them. So there. And then the Chanel Native BX font from Lenny Penny Embroidery. Don't know nothing about that, but Chanel, I think. So there's plenty of stuff to go learn about right in that one. And then best customer service, you've got Vic over at Craft Express. Vic's an amazing guy over there. Offers a ton of great service, especially on the Shopify side of things. So great stuff there. And then you got Marvin. Marvin's in the house. Marvin right there over by Driven by Graphics. And we do have an affiliate code with Marvin too. I should really post that to get over there. Marvin's got a ton of blanks too. So Driven by Graphics, don't get fooled by the name. Does more than just graphics over there. He's got you covered on printing. Even though we print, Marvin is an excellent source for printing as well. And he has some amazing blanks. So you'll want to check him out. Now, Amanda Jordan, don't know. Lisa Shaw, I do know. And then Pilar, of course I know her. She's our Wonder Twin, Her birthday was Sunday. Mine was on Monday. We have had a great friendship for many, I can say many years now. I think since like 2017 or some stuff like that. So those are for best customer service. Then we get into the best industry educator. So I love all of the competitors in this one, but I'm going to say there's only one guy to pay attention to, and boom. That's me. That's me, right? Nikki is amazing. Lori's amazing. Eric just crushes it on it. We know Matt is the king of all things social when it comes out there. If there's a way to build your business, all you have to do is watch what he's done over the last 12 years, and you'll be able to follow that. And that's what we did. Here's a tip for you. If you're new in your business and you're just kind of starting off and you're not sure what to do, find those successful people that you want to emulate. Now, whether you steal, that's not stealing. When we find a proven system that works and you follow it, you take what they're doing and you put it into your work and go from there. That's what we did. I knew when I wanted to take it serious that I had a management background, so I knew how to run businesses. I knew how to make profit. I knew how to do that. But this was a whole different thing for me. So, I started following different people and seeing who's doing what, where, and go with that. And that's how I came across Matt. And I really fell in love with his teachings of things, the way he did it. And I said, this is a guy to pay attention to. And I reached out to him a few times, and he was always there to answer questions for me. And then just, one thing led to another, and now we're friends, So that's what you do. Reach out to those people. You never want to be the smartest person in the room. I prefer to be the dumbest in the room because it definitely makes me feel a lot better. I feel like I can contribute more when I'm the dumbest person in the room. Why? That doesn't make sense, right? I feel that when you're the dumbest person in the room, you ask a lot of questions, right? And questions where new things come from, new ideas, new processes. Maybe people have, just because somebody's done something that way forever doesn't mean that that's the only way to do it. And so, surround yourself with those people. And that's what I'm looking at doing. Right now, I am in another group, and I'm telling you, I think I am like the lowest of the low in there, and everybody is light years ahead of me, but I'm learning so much, and I love that. But industry, educator, I feel between Tuesday with Todd, morning mindset, we do our best to give everybody real world stuff, right? Shit doesn't go right. Like today, we should have had a show tonight. You know why we didn't have a show? We had to work, right? And that's how it goes. You have to decide what's going to work, what's not going to work. And us doing this, it was not going to work. So we had to go with that. Let's see. What else? And feel free to comment along. Tell me who you're voting for. Tell me what you know about these people. Tell me where you are with things. Kim, what do you got going on there? I'm working on sublimating Dollar Tree napkins for Thanksgiving right now. Not a bad thing. In fact, if you have embroidery, I saw Eric Campbell just released a cornucopia. Yes, I think I nailed that for embroidery. That would be great on napkins too. So, that's something fun. But sublimating Dollar Tree napkins. We were going to do the Dollar Tree cutting boards for cookie holders, and that is on tap. That's on tap for the White Toner, probably next Tuesday. Yeah, I'm saying that like for sure it's going to happen. But yeah, that's what we're going to do over there. So, best industry educator, hello, I'm your dude, man. All right, now best podcast or online education. You got Megan Rodenhouse from Craft Express Live. Megan's amazing. The Condi YouTube channel. If you're doing anything with sublimation, go check that out. I think they're live 3 or 4 times a week now. Maybe it just seems like that because I know they're live on Fridays. They're live another day, but I think they're live 3 or 4 times a week. Rhinestone World. Hello, that's where a lot of us got our start at. Matt's live at least on Mondays. Then he's got trainings on there. He's got all kinds of stuff. So there's that. And then the people that are hosting this Two Regular Guys podcast, with Aaron and Terry, that's live every Friday, 11 a.m. So make sure to tune in for that. And then Lisa Shaw again with So Bubbles. So a great group of people there in that. Now the best industry trade show. So we got each thing is going to have 5 to choose from on it, right? Printing United, DAC Chicago, Impressions Expo Long Beach, Applique Getaway, Graphics Pro Expo Charlotte. Now, for me personally, DAC Chicago is always the go-to show for us. We did Impressions Expo last year. Only did it for a short time during the 1 days, but it wasn't as big as it had been. But hey, we got to see Coolio, and Coolio is no longer with us, so I think that's pretty coolio, right? But we will be there again this year. So if you are going to the Impressions Expo in Long Beach, let me know. Maybe we can do something about meeting up. We were going to maybe stay a day later and then head down to San Diego to visit Kelly, but we might come in a day earlier and do that. Reason being is Corey the next day, right? Is that the next day? What? We get back? Is that when you're heading out of the country? Yeah, the 24th is when Corey is heading to Punta Cana. So, we'll go to Long Beach. She's going to Punta Cana. And she said, hey, there's some great trips to Mexico early in January. Do you want to go to Mexico? So she's just trying to not have me work in January and just travel. It's not happening, folks. She just threw a travel day on me where I think the first weekend in December, she's going to go down to New Orleans. She's going to head down there for Kelly is teaching a class. So she's going to head down there for that. All right. Now, most influential up-and-comer in the industry. I got nominated for this, but I am not under 40. Therefore, I could not partake in it. But these fine people are Adam Fuller, Stephen Winkler, Amanda Jordan, Lisa Potts, and Jeff Fuller. So those are your most influential up-and-comers in the industry. Now, here's a great one, the Women in Garment Decorating Award. We've got a great group here, right? Look at this. We've got Lauren Owens. We've got Christine Shreve. We've got Lindsay. We've got Pilar Harrison and Ramona McKee. Love them all. I don't know a whole lot about Lindsay because then I would be able to pronounce her last name. But you can't go wrong with that. Now, who am I going to vote for? I got to go my Wonder Twin and vote for Pilar. That's just the way it's going to work. Now, most inspirational decorators community member 2022. So, just so you know, inaugural winner, bitches. That was me. I lost my crown last year. I'm coming with vengeance this year. I will strike down upon thee, whoever wins if it's not me. No. But would I like to win again? Absolutely. It's always fun to win. But great group of people here. Lauren Owens, Nikki, me, Skip, Eric. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of those choices. Then the best guest on the Two Regular Guys on the Two Regular Guys show was Lori Donovan, Lisa Potts, John Morris, and Jenna Sackett. John Morris had a great information on that. Jenna always brings content. So does Lisa and Lori. So you cannot go wrong with any of those four. And then best ambassador for the industry. Look at that. Here we go. We got Marvin right there. Marvin up, best ambassador in the industry, along with our own Aaron Montgomery. Skip Davis. Man, Skip, if you want to know how to do hats and heat press, Skip is the man to go to. You need to find him over at the Stalls Heat Press for Profits group. Skip is killing it over there now as he's a Stalls ambassador. And his mixing of media is just phenomenal. So hats, that's your man. It's good. And then you got Louise Vitor and Stan Banks. You know, I don't know a whole lot about Louise, but I do know Stan. Stan's as real as you can get, right? You're going to either love him or hate him. That's how, it's been described to me. And I can totally see that. Some people are like, man, I just don't get him. He is not my stuff. And that's fine. And he's cool with that. Stan will tell you how it is. He'll tell you what's on his mind. He's not going to sugarcoat shit for you. But he has a ton of great information over on his channel. I think he's got, 100K subs, 125,000. He's got a bunch of subs. So you can check him out too. So those are the categories, the nominees. Of course, we will go ahead and keep pushing that because, we've got voting. When does voting end for this? Voting ends for this. Let's scroll up and see when voting ends for this. So it's going to be in the 8th, December 8th. So we've got a little bit. So make sure to get in there and get your votes in and go from there. Why is that banner up there? Just noticed that banner was up there. All right, let's get to the comments, see how we're doing. The bus is supposed to get done tomorrow. Had some issues with the material. It just kept breaking. Like there was no stretch to it. There was no rebound. Didn't matter how much heat we gave to it. Too much heat, too little heat, didn't matter. And then come to find out, we actually talked to another shop down the street from us because Tanika is 100% taking the lead on it. She went in and she talked to him. She's like, hey, and was telling him what he was doing. He's like, oh, you're using this, aren't you? And she's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, it's junk. Don't use it. And so, he gave her some tips and tricks on it. And, that was come to find out it's just bad material. Even though it became recommended, it is not the right material for this job. So it was fun to find that out. But I believe they're going to try and get it wrapped up tomorrow. So how fun is that? There we go. What do we got here? And Kim, I've done the wood cutting boards with sublimation. They're very cute. Love the cheap blanks. Yeah, anytime you can get those. We've the other thing that Dollar Tree is always good for is the elves. Doing the names on those, scrap vinyl and kill it on that. I have not done the sublimation on those. Did you add anything to it, or did you just run and go with it? Was Vegas awesome, Marvin? I have heard from more than a handful of people that it sucked. Like, legit. They're like, it was great if you were in the printed side of things, wide format printing, that side of things. There was tons of stuff there. But screen printing side of it, it was trash. There is no education, which, quite a few people have said, hey, education on the floor is amazing. But most times when you have education on the floor of a trade show, what's it geared toward? That company's products. It's just the facts. They're there to bring you in their booth and to sell you stuff. So they're not going to tell you about other ways to do stuff because it's not beneficial to them. There's no juice from that squeeze. So even though it may have accounted for a small percentage of actual people that took the classes, there was still a lot of people that would take those classes, and that's what they learned from to grow their business with. That's where they learned the processes. That's what they learned how to market their business. That's how they learned new techniques. So I was really disappointed when they didn't have any education. And then when I found out that, hey, for the education, or for take the education out of it, for us to go is going to be about a $3,000 week. Between airfare, hotel, entertainment, all that fun stuff, is going to be about $3K to go. And $3K buys a couple trips to Mexico, all inclusive, on a beach. And so it's like, yeah, I can go visit my friends, but it'll be in Atlanta next year, World Congress Center. There's a good chance we will go to that one. Why? Because we've been there before. Atlanta's a fun place to be. There's a decent little hotel that's across the bridge and on the corner that we stayed at, and so I think there's a good chance that we'll end up there for that. But we'll see. Yeah, and that's crazy. Adam's only 11, right? So he's got like 29 years to be in that category. But embroidery master over there. Did direct on the wood cutting boards. Also can do on the glass ones. Just have to take the feet off and put them on after. Also need water to remove once it's subbed. Yep. So that's stuff to know. Anytime you have, when we do the white toner, that's what we have to do, is we have to spritz it with water in order to get the paper off there. It was lacking in the education department. I did provide that feedback. Good. That's what they needed to hear. Yeah. Atlanta's only a 6-hour drive for you, so why not go, right? I figure why not? For us, it's a short flight. It's a direct flight. We had a good time there. We'll be in Atlanta, I think. Yeah, we'll be in Atlanta again for skills. I plan on heading down there for that again. So why not go to Atlanta twice in the same year? Oh, excuse me. I also used the white car cloths to sublimate on, sew together, and make pillows. Oh, you can also sub on the baby hooded towels and blankets. So Kim just goes through the Dollar Tree and is like, here, let me fill my green cart and grab another one, and let's just see what works. So that's what you do, right? You get in there, you test things. That's what you find out, how stuff works, how stuff doesn't work. Great place to find stuff at. That was good. All right. So Black Friday. We're going to start our Black Friday sales on Monday. So we're going to do that. It's coming Monday. It'll go Monday to Monday. It is going to be 25% off all DTF transfers. So that means whether you get stock designs or if you upload your own designs, you will use the code Black Friday, I believe is the code. It'll be on the website, but it'll save you 25% off of all of your uploads. Everything has to be uploaded online, right? It has to be uploaded and paid for online. So that means no quotes, no email and stuff in, none of that. It all has to be done online, paid for online. No discounts will apply to stuff that we have to do. So remember that. It'll also apply to any of our printed goods, or some of our printed goods. Can't say any. But like things like thank you stickers, people asked about those. Yes, it'll apply to those as well. And then we've got about 525 feet. So it's going to be probably 52 10-foot sheets. So we're going to do 10-foot gang sheets of glitter DTF transfers. So it'll be in a gang sheet. You can fill it with as many logos as you want. We're going to do it at $45, so it's going to be discounted out. We don't know if this is going to be the same film we get in next time. We're hoping we get the original one back in, but this one, it still looks good under lights, still has glitter, but it's just not what we were hoping for. We can't send it back, so we're just going to run it through the mill and send it out the door, so that way you will be able to get it. Kim, most I spent one trip was $200 at the Dollar Tree. And hey, it's like $1.20. That's like 190 things, right? Because Dollar Tree is $1.25 now. Which, think about that. If the Dollar Tree raised their prices to $1.25, why haven't you raised your prices yet? I got to ask that about raising prices. And I said, well, you need to account for stuff. And someone said, hey, well, we were talking about different bills that they had and things that they had to pay for, and they're like, I make sure to keep the temperature down on my HVAC. I try to make sure lights aren't on when I'm not using them. I try to run it as lean as I can on that stuff because that stuff gets expensive. But when it came to their pricing, guess what? Their pricing was cheap. So I don't know about you, but I like being comfortable. So I like having a temperature at a temperature. And if that means I have to turn on or off something, I'm going to do it. And if I have to find a way to pay for it, guess what? I'm going to do it. So raise your prices, right? If you want to take care of your people, to take care of your customers, raise your prices. There's nothing wrong with that. I know people say, hey, well, I'm just, I don't want to screw my customers over. Charging those prices are outrageous. But so you would rather screw yourself over or your employees over? I mean, think about this. like hoodies, right? Like here, we're just going to use an example out there. I know a lot of people charge $20 for a hoodie. Not me, unless you're doing a shit ton. But here's the thing, right? You can charge $50 for a hoodie. Well, what? You're just ripping the customer off. No, because if not, we'll rip ourselves off. And when it comes to business, do you have insurance? Do you have health insurance? Do you have retirement? Are you paying yourself a living wage, which is, more than minimum wage? Are you enjoying time off? If you want to do all those things, guess what you need to do? You need to account for it. And how does that happen? You probably got to make sure your pricing is in line for that, right? So you need to go through where my numbers say I need to be. If I want to make $60,000 this year, and I want Corey to make $60,000 a year, and I want our other partner to make $60,000 a year, there's $180,000 right there. Hey, guess what? You got to pay taxes on that. You do all that. We got to account for those, man. And there's no reason that says you have to be the lowest. What I have found is when you get rid of those low-end customers, your level of stress goes down, right? Because I don't know if anybody, I know others have, but you have those customers that just call you and say, hey, I need this, this, and this. They don't question pricing. They just know your work. They know that you're not going to take them to cleaners or anything, and they know what to expect on stuff, and they're going to do it. And why, what was I, where was I going with that? Oh, they know what to expect, right? So they're just like, yeah, I'm good with that. Go ahead and do that, and we're cool with it. That's the way to be, right? Think about it. You have that one shirt order where that person has like 17 revisions on it, and they want it for $20, and there's no design fee, and there's that. So you made zero money. You lost money on it. And how did you lose money? Because you're like, well, I just did it. Well, time costs money. So how much time did you spend on it? There's times where I have these chats with Corey every once in a while. I'm like, I need all the details because I'm not touching it until we get it there. Because if not, it's just a waste of time. It is just a waste of time if we don't know, hey, how many shirts are we looking at? How many colors are we looking at? Logo placement, how many are they wanting? Their extended size or not? What's their timeline? What's their budget? Some people have, those champagne tastes on a beer budget. And not the beer like this. It's like a $6 beer, That's like the $1 Keystone beer, So you need to be able to help your customers make informed decisions. So when it comes for us, new project comes in, we always ask, hey, what's the timeline? What's the budget? And, some people will say, well, when you ask for the budget, you're going to, run me right up to that. No, I'm not. I just know where your budget is. So one, I can get rid of stuff that I know is outside of your budget, right? If you have a budget, hey, I want to be about $25 each on hoodies. Guess what? We're not going to look at Champions or New Arrows or anything like that because we're just not. We're not going to be able to get them that cheap for you unless you're ordering, 4 figures of them. So, here, or now I can give you some options in it. You want to be, $25 a hoodie. Okay, here are options to go from. Now, here's some other options. So here's a good, better, best scenario on it. What would you like to do? I say we go with this one. This is our most used one. This is the most comfortable one. This is one that most of our people will go with. And here's the reasons why. Customers are coming to you looking for you to make the decisions for them, right? If they knew what they wanted and knew how to do it, they do it themselves. So they're coming to you because they expect you to be the expert in it, right? Hey, I go to you. I don't go see the dude at the gas station if I have a toothache, right? I go to the dentist because that's his job, right? That's what your job is. Your job is to make it all right with it. Wendy, good afternoon. I just told my new referral customer that he was lucky, as we are currently only new customers from referrals until January as we're booked. Way to go, Wendy. Way to go 6 weeks out from the year. Give yourself a round of applause for that. And Kim said she raised hers due to blank costs, gas to get the tour, testing products, get the perfect results, Prime membership, etc. Absolutely. Like when we go through our success group and you get into those first 5 keys, and the first ones are knowing your numbers and pricing for profit, right? And some people try and like, oh, I just don't know. I get hung up. No, you just take everything, put it in there, and it'll tell you what needed is, right? And for us, it's $125 an hour. So basically $2 a minute. So I know that, before adding blank costs, anything in it, if something's going to take me 5 minutes to do, there's $10 in cost in it. Now I can add some other stuff, and I can come up with pricing pretty quick off the top of my head based on that, because I know what my numbers are. If you don't know what your numbers are, one, how do you price your stuff? How do you price that for profit? And then how do you know you're making any money, right? You don't know what it costs you to run your business. And don't give me this bullshit of, oh, I work out of my house, so I don't have overhead. So you got this free electricity and this free internet and this free phone and free utilities and free insurance. You got all that shit free? No. Your business needs to pay for that. And why does it need to pay for it? You know how many people I've seen since I've really taken this serious in the last 6 years now, 6 years or so, of people who doing out of their house, they get a storefront, and within the first 2 months, they said, I can't do this anymore, because they were bleeding out money, because they didn't know what it actually cost them to run their business, and they didn't have any of that accounted for in their pricing. Just because you're out of your house doesn't mean that stuff's free. Your business needs to pay its share of it. So if your business takes up 10% of your house, pretty simple, 10% of your bills needs to be covered by the business. So, if your mortgage is $1,000, then, the business needs to pay $100 of it. If the phone bill is $400, business needs to pay $40 of it, right? Figure out that stuff. And then or if you want to jump to a storefront, it's a lot easier because you've already got that under control. Believe me, it is an eye-opening experience when you go into that storefront, because there is so many little things that you don't think about. My still biggest one when we opened up our first storefront was hangers and the cost of hangers. I did not realize how much those cost. And it hurt my soul to spend that much on that. And then when we moved into the next location, it was storage. Just, here, how much do totes cost? How much does shelving cost? Waterfall racks, just a bunch of stuff that we didn't have for our first store that we needed at the second one. And then we went into the third one. Okay, we had a better understanding, but things like slat wall, where it was like, oh, okay, because we were in a store before the store was already aligned with slat wall, so we didn't need any. We go to another one, there's none, so now we need to figure that out. And it was just like, holy crap, all of that stuff that just didn't there. Yeah, Connie's got it right here. Display units, right? All those displays, the mannequins, the racks, anything for it. We got lucky and found a lot of our stuff secondhand, right? Because stores are closing. So, hey, what can we go in there and get at a good price? But that first store, we did not. We bought new fixtures. We bought new hangers. We bought all of that. And I'm just like, what in the hell was I thinking? Looking back at it now, because didn't need to do that. But, we had found, each step of the way to do it. Now we're opening up the newest location. And as far as spending money on fixtures, things like that, we're going to spend zero. I'll take that back. We'll spend less than $1,000 because there's going to be little stuff here. We're going to put new blinds in the place, maybe a rug here, maybe some different shelving type stuff. But for the most part, we have everything that we need. They've been building it out. Tanika's been working her ass off out of there now. Corey's been over there building out the place, and then we're going to try and get the rest of the equipment over there this weekend. So it should go pretty well. There's just things that each step of the way on how you're going to do it and what you're going to do along the way. And for us, yeah, secondhand all the way. Make that stuff your own. Buy it, paint it, do whatever to it. right, Kim. A business coach once told me that custom gifts was not a is it niche or niche? I think niche. I like that better. It was not a niche. I need to narrow it down. I disagree because my customers like a variety of products. What are your thoughts? Things remembered. That says it right there. Custom gifts, right? Things remembered. That's what they were. And that's what they are. Like for us, we had two in our malls before when malls were still malls. But that was their thing. Custom gifts. We can put your name, your thing on everything. And it was that's where everybody went for the high-end wedding stuff. And guess what? That stuff wasn't same day. You were 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks out on some of that stuff. But we want to get stuff to people in 2 and 3 days and not charge rush fees for it. Come on. You're better than that. You know better than that because you are not Amazon and Amazon is not you. People expect, nice things that they're going to have to wait for it. Just know what it's going to take you to do it. I don't see any in probably that's your niche is just the custom gifts on it. I'm totally fine with that. And kind of says her business pays for the square footage of the house I use. Absolutely. Yep. You're out of the house, figure out the square footage of everything that you use and have it pay that percentage of it. Yes. Hangers are ridiculous. Yeah. Secondhand, so much stuff. We had a store. So when we were in the mall, there was a store that was across the way from us and they had they were closing, going out of business, and they were selling everything in there, racks. They were selling all kinds of. There was like a 9-foot rooster that I wanted, but they wouldn't lower the price because they did craft fairs and stuff like that too. So they said whatever they didn't sell from that, they're going to keep it. But I really wanted it just so I could say, yeah, I'm the house with the big cock in the yard. I thought it was going to be a phenomenal joke, but they wouldn't come off the price of it, so I didn't get to do that. But we bought some fixtures out of there for it because I was like, oh, we can do this, this, and this. Well, then their last day they were open, they came over to us and said, hey, do you want any of this? We said, what do you mean? Do we want any of this? They're like, you can just have whatever's left. So we loaded up. Even if we weren't sure if we wanted it, we brought it to our store. Why? We had 8,500 square foot. That stuff can just sit there and we'll decide if we need it or not. And if not, when we left the mall, we took the stuff that we knew that we could use, but the stuff that we knew that we couldn't use or that we weren't ever going to use again, we just left behind. We're like, yep, here's stuff. It's kind of that give and take process throughout the mall. Here's stuff that we were able to use from them. Here's stuff that we got from them, and I loved it because it was awesome to be able to get that for it. Yeah, I get most of mine from store clones, but not at first. Same way, that first time I'm like, oh, we found the furniture or the fixture supply house that was up in Chicago. We're like, oh yeah, here it was like 2 rounders, and then there was some racks, and we made this, made that, and I'm just like, oh my god, what did I spend? But this is going to be awesome. By the time the second store rolled around, I'm like, who is closing where and what can I go get? Because it's a specialized thing. Not everybody off the street is like, oh, yeah, I could use some mannequins. Oh, yeah, I can use some hangers. Oh, yeah, I can use a 4-way. I can use a rounder. I can use a spinning rack. Yeah. No. So you can usually go into these and get them, reasonably priced. So make sure to check that out. That is right. That rooster was awesome, Renee. I still should get it. I should still get it. And Wendy says, I used to always ask if I could take my hangers when I buy the clothes. Kohl's and Tractor Supply were the best. Believe me, we thought about that. We were like, we should start keeping these for that. But, here's in the beginning, Corey wanted things to match. She wanted all the hangers to match. Here, I want the hangers to match. And I get it. But after doing that one time and she saw what the cost of it was, she's like, yeah, they don't have to match anymore. And when we were in our second store, we got in the mall. The mall was amazing because they said, hey, if you want to go into some of these stores that are closed down and see if there's anything in there that you want, be our guest. We'll get you the sets of keys for stuff and unlock it, and you can go in there after hours. And we're like, great. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we went into the spot that was next door to us. What was that? What the hell was it? Limited New York?
Limited.
Yeah, Limited is what it was.
New York.
Yeah, it was Limited. So, they had some higher end things in there. Fixture wise, I don't think we got anything from there so much. But when we went to the back room, we found 5 or 6 cases of hangers, and we're not talking, like this. We're talking they were like 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot, filled with hangers. Guarantee every one of those MFers came back with us. We loaded those up because I'm like, yep. And that's when Corey's like, yeah, they don't have to match. Like, that's right.
Ones, we left some of
What?
those behind.
What?
We left some of the pants ones behind because like, we don't need all these hangers. Now I'm kicking ourselves because I don't have very many pants hangers.
What do we need pants for?
Because we got some sweatpants.
Oh, apparently when we one of the things we left behind were pants hangers. Well, if you can get back in there, check in and see. So we have a friend that's actually opening a store in the mall, resale store. And he asked us about it. And we're like, here's all the issues we had. If they're, but I think they're trying to change stuff because they've got somewhat new management in there. But he's like, hey, they're going to let me go through and check out stuff for fixtures. And so we're like, hey, we should see if we can get in there because there's still some stuff in our store that now we could probably use. So Corey's going to try and work that one to see if we can get in there and do that. But we get, Wendy, you missed it. We did, what did I say, guys? We did an amazing. It was just a tad under $1,700 in 45 minutes. So I will take that every day, twice on Sunday. That was not a bad little sale. We plan on having all of those transfers from the sale out by Thursday because tomorrow we will not be in the office. There will be no same day print service tomorrow because we will be at the nephrologist with Hudson. So that's going to take a big chunk of the day away. So that's why we might have to work a little. We worked pretty much all day today. I was printing by, it was right after 7. I started printing this morning, and Corey pulled the last one off while we were here. So we did 9 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours of printing. So straight through on that, and we'll just pick it up where I left off. So I appreciate each and every. In fact, I think Wendy, yours might have went out. Decals are probably going to go out Thursday or Friday, Wendy, because I had to order stuff in. There was a print on Thursday, or I might send them to print tomorrow, and then laminate, and then there. So your decals will go out by the end of the week, but I think your transfers are going to go out. They might have even went out today. We'll see how it goes. What else do we got going on? Morning Mindset Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have that tomorrow night for OSG. We do have the follow-up call for that, the implementation call. So you're an OSG member. We will see you tomorrow night for that. Anything else? What else do you guys got? What do you guys got for me? Any questions, comments, concerns? Here's your time to shine. Let me know why I take a drink. What else? What do you have going on? What can I help you with? How may I service you, or serve you, or whatever they say at Chick-fil-A? I'm doing a Sancho tonight. I didn't eat anything. I haven't eaten today. I had a energy drink this morning, and since Corey wasn't here to keep on me, to be like, hey, I'm gonna grab some lunch. You want a little snack here? I just work. I get my zone. I have the music on, and then going from there. Like, it's just totally rock solid, and it is. It's good. Oh, that is a great question, Chuck. Still doing morning mindset because our plan was to be we got to be down there at 10. I'm going to try and do morning mindset from the road tomorrow. I did not think about that because tomorrow is Wednesday. So we might do that one from the road tomorrow. That might be a live one, mobile, and see how that goes. Corey's got to drive though, and it's going to be snowing. So we'll see how that one goes. Yeah, that's right. Jesus Chicken. There is my pleasure. My pleasure. That's what it is. But don't they say something before that? How we're like right when they ask you, how can I service you, or how can I serve you, or how can I do something from that? I was legit in the drive-through for a fair amount of this show. So let's talk drive-throughs. Like one of the places that I guess fast food wise that I don't have a problem with is Wendy's. That little redheaded girl, I do dig her. But our local Wendy's is trash. Like, they do this BS of you order, and then they pull you around, and then they make your food, and then when you're done, they wait on the next person. So if you were going to be sitting in that damn drive-through for like 30 minutes, so it's not even worth going to. And I get frustrated because every once in a while, a square burger does sound good because, they don't cut the corners there. So it's worth going to them. but I don't know if it's worth the wait anymore. Not when I can go over to Chick-fil-A that's like 75 deep and they clear that in 10 minutes. So I don't know. I don't think it's right there. It is the pigtails. That is, and it was my second job ever. I was top fry, just in case anybody wants to know. Wendy's was my second job ever. My first one, for those keeping store at home, was a dishwasher at a bar restaurant. And the first night I worked, the dishwasher broke on a Friday night. So I had to wash everything by hand, like non effing stop. Saturday rolls around, guess what? Had to wash it by hand because it was still broke because they couldn't get anybody out till Monday. I come in the next weekend, and guess who's still washing dishes by hand? This guy, because it was too costly, and they were going to debate between getting a new one. But since I was there and I was doing a fine job washing them by hands, I could continue to do that. So, needless to say, I take that back. It wasn't my second job. It was my third job. So that did not last long. From there, I went to the Belgian Village where I could make some Reubens, and I could only get like 5 to 10 hours a week there. But then I went to Wendy's, and I did that over that summer, and then got on at Venture, and then Venture. That was where that was my high school stuff, was at Venture. Wendy, I was telling people when leaving my name Wendy, like the hamburger's just not as rich. I love it. I will use that one. Or I won't because I'm not Wendy, but yeah, right there. I ordered a breakfast sandwich from McD's drive-thru and waited 30 minutes. I thought they had to kill the cow first. Oh, that's rough. I'm just, what happened to fast food, right? It's no longer fast food. Wendy's is just as bad inside. I don't know. I don't even know if ours is open on the inside anymore. I know for the longest time, they weren't, and they were going limited on it. One of the places that way I just went into recently was Steak and Shake. And Steak and Shake is completely different now. Steak and Shake, there are no waitresses or waiters. There it is. You go to the kiosk, you order, they'll bring you your food, and that's it. So they changed up the way that they're doing things, and that was kind of wild. Where you were traditionally used to all this stuff, and now there's like 4 kiosks, and you go in there and you place your order and go to your table, and they call your number, and you go up and get it. So I guess that's the way to do it now. It really threw me off on it. All right. Now, speaking of that, it is Tuesday. I believe we're going to have tacos. I'm not 100% sure. It might be a Sancho. I really need to eat. I can feel it change in the weather and feel congested through here. Ooh, the local Burger King closes down at 8 p.m. Corey doesn't like Burger King, so I don't get it a whole lot. But I do. I'm a sucker for a Whopper, and it weirds. And I don't understand this, because I don't know any different. Every burger I have has cheese on it, so it totally throws me off that the Whopper doesn't come with cheese. That you need to order a Whopper with cheese. But I did have a friend that would, growing up, that he always got just a plain Whopper, and that's what he'd eat. He'd pull off the bun, throw a little salt on it, and that's what he ate. It was really weird to me because like anybody else, when I don't know. We can get in that conversation later on there. Morning mindset tomorrow morning might be from the road. It might be, it might not be. We will see how it plays out. I got to be there at 10. It's an hour and a half drive. So that means morning mindset. I would be leaving for that. So maybe we do it a little earlier. Maybe I do a morning mindset at like 7 a.m. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll change it to 7. So that'll be 7 here. That's going to be 8 on the East Coast, 6 and 5. Wow. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do it a little earlier. Maybe 7:30. We'll do it an hour earlier. 7:30. We'll do it at 7:30 tomorrow morning. I'll go in and change that there. All right. You guys have an amazing night. Thanks for just chit-chatting with me. We'll be back, and we'll get Blanca, R2D2. We got to come up with a name for her. We'll get her rolling and do that. But I hope the next one will be in the shop, and we'll be going from there. So you guys have a great night. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.